What's up, Telvis Camel Hoarder 101 here, and today I got another MLP merch review for you, and this is a very special one because I don't normally do books, and it was funny because yesterday I'd gotten the package from Barnes & Noble, delivered to my house, and I was like, oh my god, yes, like, more stuff, I get to do a review, but then I realized these are books, and I have to read them before I give an appropriate review. So, I read the entire one on the left, Under Sparkling Sea, which is a very short read. It's obviously a children's book, but then the one on the right is like the ultimate fan service when it comes to books. So I read most of that one and skimmed some of the pages because they were just episode synopses, and let's get right to it. I'll start with the one on the left because it's more simple and easier to explain. So the one on the left, Under the Sparkling Sea. Let's get the cover and more like straightforward to the camera. You got some sea ponies, you got Rainbow Dash, and then you got some of the other main six in the background, Spike. And it's a nice cover. The whole art style like follows the cover. Then I'll flip through some pages so you can see. I'm not going to flip through all the pages simply because you got to buy the book yourself if you want to read it. But the art style is very unique and it's very interesting, and I don't know how much I'd want to see it in the future. I think it's a good one-off art style, but it's good for books. Definitely not something I'd want to see on like the actual show or anything. And like all the ponies have fins and stuff, but they do explain in the book how they got there, so it's not one of those weird plot lines that like you'd see in a fanfic or something. But it's a good book. Definitely not like an adult book. It's a childish book. The plot line is very straightforward. I compare it mostly to like the ending of the first Cars movie. That's very similar to the plot line, and also you could even argue that it's kind of like May the Best Pet Win, except obviously because it's an episode of MLP, there's a lot more depth than this story. There's not much. It's what you see is what you get. What you read is what you get. So there's not much reading between the lines or anything like that. Now that one cost, I think $11 to $12. It was 11 something, but it's hardcover. So I believe there's a paperback version. If I'm not mistaken, there might be a digital version, but I'm not sure. I know when you got the MLP MemoBot flash drive, if you did get one of those, that it came with a demo to the first few pages of Under the Sparkling Sea. So that's there if you are interested in that. And I don't know, I think the price is a little steep for what you get, but probably for a kid that's like the coolest, or this book is like the coolest thing ever. But for a teenage adult college kid, that's not. I mainly bought it actually to give to my sister as a gift before I go off to college, so it was more of a gift type thing for me. But I thought may as well give it a review anyway because a lot of people like collecting this stuff. And before we move on to the other book, actually in the back of this one, there is a fold-out poster that comes in the back. So let's see if I don't think I can get it all in one shot. Maybe. Oh, there it is. And it's just this is like a scene from the last page of the book, and then the other side is the cover of the book. So it's not anything that isn't already in the book, but it's nice to get it all on a poster, and it's just one of those ones with the seamed lines, and you could just like here there's some seams, and you could just tear it out without ruining anything. And it's a nice poster, not gonna lie, but I'm probably not gonna tear it out. I'll leave that to the extent of my sister, what she wants to do with it, because it is technically her gift. So let's move on to the next book. Now this is I would go so far as to say a work of art. This book is amazing. For the price that you're getting, it is a steal. It was like $12 to $13 at Barnes & Noble. I don't know if it was a sale price or anything, but I actually don't remember. But it is an amazing piece of MLP memorabilia. This part here on the front is basically what the cover is to that one. It's got just says MLP Friendship Magic original guidebook, forwarded by Lauren Frost, and then introduction by Megan McCarthy and Jason Thesian. So there is like interviews, there's artwork from official MLP artists. Lauren Frost is in there, and I want you guys to look at this cover while I take out the folio. But before we move on to the book, I want to show you this folio. Just giving you a preview of the next MLP books. They're not, again, they're like the little storybook ones, so they're not very deep in thought, I think. Well, maybe not thought is a good word, but they're not deep in story. So, but they do come with a giant standee from the Interplay trading card series, I believe. So that would be maybe nice just as a collector, and I might take a look at some of those just to show off the standees. So this is the Element of Harmony book, and it just looks awesome. It looks like straight from the show, even more official than the show because there's a lot of detail in it. It's got the glossy finish where it needs it. Like here, there's no gloss, but then here it's glossy. I just love when books, and not just books, but when all sorts of stuff does that. Some of the cases for the MLP figures do that. I believe the Funko figures. Anyway, here there's a bunch of typography on the front and on the back with memorable MLP quotes. I haven't gotten a chance to look through all of them, but I mean, all the characters are there, villains are there, side characters are there, like the CMC are there. So we'll start with the beginning. I'm not going to flip through every page, but I'll show you each section. So this is the, it just goes through the Element of Harmony, like, story, and then, here is the introduction. Then you move on to Lauren Faust, and then beginning talks about the main 6 ponies and a few others. So like Twilight, Spike, Pinky, Rainbow. As you move on, you get Celestia, you get Luna, Shining Armor, Cadence, and then it moves on to a couple like minor characters, then some background characters, and then some more minor characters. One thing I've heard people complain about is Stormwalker. Well, why is it not Cloud Chaser? But that was actually explained. One of the writers went on to Twitter to explain why that was the case, and I'm guessing it's canon, it's legit, it's fine. I believe it had to do with, like, it was Stormwalker during storyboarding, and then they changed it in the last minute to Cloud Chaser or something. But anyway, and my only gripe, I think, is that Lightning Dust is clumped up with these other Pegasi, and it's mentioned that they're all featured in Hurricane Fluttershy, which, even as a background pony, I don't think Lightning Dust was in Hurricane Fluttershy. Again, just a small little detail and a nitpick, and who knows, I might even be wrong, so let me know if I am. And then Derpy, obviously, they're not going to put their name by Derpy because it's controversial, and I don't know if they want to put Ditsy Doo or anything. Next section is the Cutie Mark Crusaders. They take a couple pages to talk about the Cutie Mark Crusaders, Babs, and all the other fillies. Soon after is the equestrian, like, animals and friends, so you have all the other animals that you don't really see that many of in Equestria. You got Zecora, the buffaloes, donkeys, Iron Will, and then some griffins, more donkeys, and then you have the pets of each of the ponies. Well, then you got other stuff, and then it starts with the pets, and then some artwork. So the artwork in this is really good. Like, I mean, it's like original concept from Lauren Faust and other people. And then there's environmental concept art. After the villains, there's stuff about King Sombra, even like the animation director saying that, like, he's very underestimated, he can do so much damage, but stuff like that. Another little gripe, I guess, is Discord's tail is cut off here. I don't know. A lot of this stuff was taken from posters, like the MLP Season 2 poster, MLP Villains poster, like there's Gilda's pose from the Villains poster. So I think Discord's was just taken from a poster and his tail was blocked, so they just took it out with his tail blocked. I'm sure they have a bunch of vectors that they use for this type of merchandise. So you got all this stuff, and then more villains. First is the Elements of Harmony story. It's basically the plot of the first episode, but like stretched out. And then they have locations. They have that big map of Equestria. Still got to get a hold of that poster. And then a bunch of other locations. Then they have some like beautiful artwork. It's just insane, like the kind of talent that the people that work on the show have. And again, more artwork. And this is like artwork that has never been released, or a lot of it has never been released, showed to the public. It's like new to this book, and it's really interesting. And this is an interview with Lauren Faust, and she says some cool stuff, reveals some stuff that hasn't been done yet. So I'm interested to see like what direction she wanted the show to go, and definitely stuff that I think might be touched on in the future. So and then Chronicles of Friendship is just synopsis of every episode. I'm gonna kind of really go through these because everyone knows the episodes. It's basically summary. So you got Feeling Pinky Keen, and then each one has a summary and the friendship lesson at the end. So if the episode had a friendship lesson. So yeah, you got Winter Wrap Up, Swarmer the Sentry. Oh, my camera cut out there for a second. So we left off on the Chronicles of Friendship. So you got, I don't know if you could see this, but it's split off into like pink, blue, and green. Those are the seasons. So the pink ones are the season 1. Then you got the blue ones, which are season 2. And then you got the green ones, which are season 3. Let's get to those. Like, so you got One Bad Apple, and then you got the Friendship Lesson, and all sorts of good stuff. So I'm going to fast forward through all these. Then they got music, so every like lyric to every song that's been in the show is here. So that's totally awesome. If you're one of those people that sings along, that's good for you. And like they got the name of the song, they got like the like lyrics and who the music is. A lot of them are by Daniel Ingram, who's very talented composer, but it's all here. So it's definitely for the music fans, the music buffs, the people who want to write remixes and sing the lyrics. The official lyrics are all here. So if they aren't already available anywhere else, which I'm pretty sure they are, but they're all here in a nice organized thing. And here is a little Friendship Fanatics. They talk about I don't know if they ever mentioned bronies. I never actually caught it because I just skimmed this section, read the first few pages. But it's basically one big like article about like the fandom, like the reaction, like the having other ages watch the show, and it's really good. It's a really good section, nice way to close off the book, and then again finish off with some typography, and it's a really well put together book. I don't see it like the binding breaking anytime soon. These are both published by Little Brown, so I don't know if I've actually ever owned a book by them, but I mean the quality of their books is really good, so I'm going to go on a limb and say that right now. And together, I got these for both like $25, and Barnes & Noble does a free shipping thing over $25, so if you want to get them online, these are two pretty good books to pair up. Again, the Elements of Harmony book is a lot more comprehensive than the Under the Sparkling Sea book, but they are both good in their own rights. I just think they both appeal to different audiences, just like the show now appeals to different audiences. So, hope you guys enjoyed. That's all I really had for today. Oh, actually, two more quick things. On the fact of last week's review, the Canterlot tin, I had, in my particular tin, I had gotten a Series 1 and Series 2 pack in there, but then later I got a tin, another one, and it both had Series 2, so I don't know if the Series 1 and Series 2 cards together were a, error in the packaging, or if like the first few were released with Series 1 and Series 2 cards while future ones were released with Series 2 only. All I can assume is one or the other, really. And also they are also available. Someone had asked me in the comments and I responded, but I feel like it deserves actual like recognition that they are available because it is an important product. They are available all over now. They're available in stores, online. I believe I've seen them at Target, I've seen them online, and I believe I've heard that they're also available at Meijer, and I guess that's about it. And one last thing, I'm having a video come out either today or tomorrow about, I have a question to ask you guys about like a future project that I want to start on my channel, and it's like a poll type thing. I just want to ask like, something, so if you guys can go to that video when it's out, I'd really appreciate it. Just get some comments there. And other than that, I'll see you guys later.